Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we have the Vortex V3, which is essentially a Motorola Razr copycat. Quite slim, quite nice, but it mainly looks only if you're not willing to customize the device. Let's first get over the frequently asked questions, and as you see right there, it does have all of the applications because somehow this comes Google Play Store certified. I don't know how, but essentially it does have all of that availability on this slim package. It does have a camera, volume rockers on the sides. It does have a power button and a few extra keys here and there for availability. The device also comes with USB-C, which is quite appreciated, but it does not have a 3.5mm headphone jack, so that is a little bit of a bummer. The device costs $40, and the main drawback here is the battery life. If you are going to use this device a lot, it's going to last less than a day, and if you're going to use it very little, it will last up to a day. The phone does charge very quickly, however, so if you bring a charger with you, in 10 minutes, you're going to get back to 50% or so. So that is a plus to a large degree. Then you have the camera. Let's get this out of the way. Potato camera quality. This is not going to be your top performer. Do not buy it for the camera. When it comes to text messaging, the engine for text messaging is not amazing, but it's not horrible either. You have the availability to get a new message. You have, the availability to type. You have T9, although I recommend that you sideload TT9, traditional T9, or download it from the Play Store if you want to sign in with this device. But the T9 engine that it comes with is not horrible. And you also have the availability to do voice control. So I'm going to tap this and you're going to see that this comes with full Google and you have the availability to voice to text. So let's try it out. I need you to send a text to 555-5555. Sure.
Message to 55555.
So as you see right there, you can interact with the Google Assistant, ask questions, get information, and send text messages via the Google Assistant via voice to text. In this case, it messed up and it said, hey, I'm going to send a message. I need to send a instead of, kind of like the regular interaction that is, okay, what's your message? And then you kind of compose it. It does come with pre-installed WhatsApp and Facebook, but you can uninstall these applications with ADB. And again, you're going to need a little bit of customization. It does come with a browser and a very helpful cursor. So if you press the star key right here, you have the availability to navigate the browser or different availabilities for different apps via the cursor. For example, on WhatsApp, if I recall correctly, you have the ability to kind of click next, agree and continue. So as you see right there, boom, agree and continue. And then it's going to prompt you to download, mainly because it does not come with the most updated version. And whenever you download it, you are going to be able to use it. One caveat and one thing that I'm going to recommend with this device is not to install a lot of applications. And the reason why is because this device is a very basic, very minimal Android experience. And I do not recommend that you load a lot of applications because you're going to kill it and it's going to ask you to reboot again and again and again. So keep it very simple, 1 or 2 apps maximum, in my opinion, and get rid of all the apps that you're not going to use. So if you don't want a browser, just get rid of it. If you don't want music or email or multimedia management or this SOS app, go into the settings and get the ADB connected to your computer so that you can get rid of all the bloat. That will improve the battery life and that will make this device a better performer. So this device is very nice in its looks, but the software leaves a lot to be desired. I don't necessarily recommend it over something like the CAT S22, but if you're willing to customize it, which we're going to get to in just a second, then I think it can be a great performer. So as is, if you're going to buy this device for $40, understand that you are actually getting a $40 device. Potato camera quality, not very good when it comes to the applications that it comes with, the T9 engine, etc., etc. But if you're willing to customize it, which we're going to turn into now at this next part of the review, then I think this device can solve a lot of issues and give you the applications that you need. Again, 1, 2, maybe max 3 applications. So let's shift into the next part of the video in this review. So this is how the Vortex V3 can look like when you customize it. As you see right there, I have loaded Niagara Launcher, which is my favorite launcher when it comes to simplicity, but you can add your favorite apps. And I'm doing this with a specific Bluetooth mouse in this specific occasion, but you can do it with other devices as well that are slimmer than this one right here. I'm just showcasing to you that in order to use this device to its full extent, you will need the aid of extra devices. So as you see right here, I have gone and you can still use the navigation buttons, but in order to go to the full extent and availability of this device, I highly recommend that you get a Bluetooth mouse and that you mess around with it so that you can get a little bit of more a smooth performance. So if you want the device as is, I think it's a 3-star out of 5, probably 2.5. But if you get it and you customize it with a Bluetooth mouse, you put the apps that you need, again, no more than 3 or 4 in my personal opinion. Otherwise, you're going to crash the device and deplete the battery quite fast. But you can install extra applications. So as you see right here, I'm trying to install different applications. I'm going to go and I have loaded also TT9. So the response is way better. Antenna Pod, as you see right there, one of my favorite apps. Let's see. And you can kind of just customize it. And whenever you can type, you type with this. A Bluetooth keyboard, maybe it's an extra added bonus if you want to use that. But you have the ability right there to play around, mess around with the Android system, install applications that you need way faster, and have just a better overall performance for the device. Again, it does come with a Bluetooth mouse, not with a Bluetooth mouse, a virtual mouse already. But if you want to unlock the next level of performance out of this device, I highly recommend that you get a Bluetooth mouse because it's just going to be way easier to navigate, way easier to do different things like getting everything situated. And then once you have everything situated with your mouse, then you can just go back and say, okay, well, I have it down to a science. I know how to navigate with my favorite apps and whatever it is that I need to use. And you can always switch these favorite apps and just say like, oh, okay, you know what? I'm going to edit my favorites. And now I don't need that messaging application. I don't need this extra things. Another app that I recommend that you install is Google Messages so that you have a way to do RCS text messaging. It worked with T-Mobile, but not with Verizon. And again, the RCS, that is, the compatibility with all of the different carriers is quite nice, although I did have a few issues with AT&T, but that is expected because they're quite restrictive. But no issues with Verizon or T-Mobile in my area, but there are reports of, it works in certain areas, it doesn't work in other areas. So I recommend you stick with T-Mobile or US Mobile, the T-Mobile version at the very least. So the device can be, again, unlocked to a different level of potential once you have installed your preferred launcher or different things. But it's essentially up to you whether you want to do that. As is, again, the device is quite nice. It's very good design, quite light, and very good to use. So I personally enjoy it a lot. But if you want to get the best performance out of this device, I highly recommend that you start learning ADB, customize it to your liking, get a Bluetooth mouse, maybe a slim one that you can use with it whenever you want. And again, you get around some of these restrictions, 2 or 3 apps, maybe 4, a few useful things, uninstall all of the garbage that it comes with it so that you can get the best performance out of the device. For $40, I think most people will be better served by a CAT S22, spend a little bit more. This is about, $69 to $79. Whereas for $40 is a little bit of a gamble if you want to use this device for its longevity and long-term perspective. It does come with a removable battery, so I guess you could buy a second battery and again, kind of like make it go longer. But I think the CAT S22 is a better option for most people, even though it's quite chunky and about double the thickness, but just that touchscreen availability. You don't have to carry a mouse with you. You don't have to do all of those other things. So again, good concept, not the best implementation, but I hope to see this refined. Maybe Vortex, as they see more people getting this device, they decide to, come with a new version, and maybe that increases a little bit of the competition that we have seen in the market. I'll be really excited to see if they get to update this device in the future. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about this device or any of the other devices that I have reviewed, make sure to put them in the comments below, and I'll be interacting with you guys. And I'll see you in the next video.